Hey everyone, it's Earl here from Project 365 once again, and it is day 25. And what I'm doing for today's work is setting up my outline for the book I'll be writing for my Buddha board story. And it's one of the 3 books I'll be writing for the next little bit here for the project for expertsauce.com to show people how it's possible to write a book in a short time frame and have it speak with your voice, as well as for my day job here at Buddha board. And kind of showing them, my thankfulness for giving me the chance to take up the role as a sales manager here. So, without further ado, just to outline, just a review for those of you who haven't seen the previous videos yet. The technique was come up with, if you want to write a story on something, come up with 10 subjects around that thing, or 10 rather, I guess, topic points, or if it's a timeline, in this case it is a timeline, 10 major milestones, and then come up with subtopics to talk about each one of them. So the first part is, I'm just going to talk about the 10 major topics, and I'll create the subtopics at a later time. And I just want to see see how this comes along and see how the book comes along as I'm building it. So you guys get to watch me build it as it happens. And just kind of see how it works. So, number 1, in 2000 is when I purchased my first Buddha board. So, obviously this is my Buddha board story, so here I am building this out to purchase my first Buddha board. That's when I got it. I can remember buying it from, I remember the store I bought it from, I remember the feelings I had, the purpose, the reasons why I wanted to purchase it, like why did I buy that thing in the first place. And then how, obviously, everything starts off as a novelty. Everything's got this honeymoon period where it's new, it's cool, it's sexy, and you play with it for a while, and anything that doesn't survive this gets cast aside, ends up being in the bin where you sell it, donate it, or whatever happens to it. But things that just obviously continue along the path that end up becoming more valuable to you go beyond that. So I started writing words on my Buddha board. So obviously this is an outline for the story. My first word was patience, and what my background there was I was doing tech support, and what happened was I would write the word patience a lot because in a tech support position dealing with clients, you have to have a lot of patience because sometimes they just don't get it, or sometimes just your communication techniques don't jive, or someone doesn't understand something. And going from a tech support mindset, you're going through a technical process, step by step, checking to see what works and what doesn't work. And if a client or whoever you're trying to teach misses a step, then your logic gets a little skewed, and if they miss that one step, you might have to start over again. So patience was my word that I wrote over and over and over again. And I wrote it in English to begin with. So find the piece on finding home here was, the Buddha board was a cool toy. But it really started to hit home, and I don't know why. This is my personal opinion. Started to speak more towards me when I started learning how to write the words in kanji. Around this is the time when I'm starting to learn kung fu, starting to get really into martial arts, from not just a learn how to aspect, but actually a martial art, and I'll get into that in my next video. And the Buddha board started becoming a part of me and part of my daily rituals. So it was kind of a thing that I used on a regular basis. And around this midpoint or so here, 2000, I believe it was 2004-ish or so, is when I met my mentor, and his name is Blair Dunkley. And he started teaching me a couple cool things. Now, if you guys watched the video before these ones, I gave him a testimonial. I love the guy. He taught me a bunch of stuff that I've been able to apply. And that's when I started changing my words and shifting my focus. And I actually, because of him, I launched like a very successful business, made a killing, and did really well for a while. So that's my reaping the rewards portion. And I was very thankful. Now, of course, I still used to use the Buddha board again to write the word gratitude or thanks, and that's kind of how I used it during that moment in time. So when I was shifting my focus, I changed the words I would write on the board, and then changing the words changes your mindset, which changes your behavior, which changes your results, and you'll kind of see how that comes along here. And then reaping the rewards, obviously, because we worked so hard, we did really well. we enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it a whole heck of a lot. So we'll be talking about that as well. Then came the crash. The sky fell. The empire that we built up and we did so well didn't do so well after some time, and I'll explain what happened in this chapter and kind of what happened to my mindset, what happened to me as a person. So after mourning and after mourning the loss of what I once had, it's more of the stop being in the past, stop thinking about the future, because neither of those are something that you can actually control, right? The past has already happened, nothing you can do about that. The future hasn't happened yet, so I can't change any of that stuff. So I began focusing more on living back in the moment again, and kind of a recap of shifting my focus once more. After the mourning period is over, obviously you need to move forward, and this was me moving forward. And in the last piece here, shifting over to the end of 2010, the other side of the board, instead of just being a guy who bought a Buddha board, now here I am rebuilding, restarting at Buddha board, and it was completely by design, completely by intention, and the behaviors that I did to come into the role. And the result I got, obviously, getting a fantastic opportunity with a fantastic job and a great position, and just the launching pad to rebuild my life. So here I am at the end. So it's just a story about the last 10 years of my life. What's happened between 2000 and 2010? How did I get from being just a normal dude who bought a Buddha board to how my Buddha board made me $1 million, to how my Buddha board's how Buddha board right now is helping to help me restructure my life and get moving forward once again. So that is the project. So there's the outline. There's my 10 pieces. Obviously, to write the book, I said, "Hey guys, write 3 to 10 pieces." So there's my 10. I guess milestones in the timeline. And what I want to do from here on in is then take those 10 milestones and then write subtopics, sub-chapters underneath these things, and then talk about one thing and one thing only for 10 minutes straight, and keep on doing it, and wash, rinse, repeat that pattern over and over and over again until I got an entire book, and then take that book, using the techniques I've learned, put it onto Amazon chapters, whatnot, get it published, and go from there. And that's kind of what I want to show people, that it is possible. I'm not just blowing smoke, and I'm actually going to do what I say I can do and show what is possible, so that the intention becomes a behavior which turns into a result that's actually tangible and you can see, touch, and feel. So eventually one of the videos is going to be me going, "Hey guys, here's my book." Obviously it doesn't exist yet, but this is going to be the building of it. So this is day 25, Earl Formata from Project 365. That's my outline for my Buddha board story. Look for the book once it hits the bookshelves. So this is me signing out. Thanks for watching.